Hey man, y'all know what it is. I'm back here with Solar the God, man. We got a different video for y'all, something a little different, man. Something that caught my eye, so you know me, I ain't gonna hold you up. Let's get right to it.
In April of 2017, defendant Jeffrey Thurman was charged with murder, armed robbery, and conspiracy to commit armed robbery in Washtenaw County, Michigan. Mr. Thurman was convicted of armed robbery and conspiracy charges, and after being incarcerated for a period of time, he was placed on probation. In 2021, Mr. Thurman moved, transferring his probation to Texas, and on September 16, 2023, he was charged with felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Harris County, Texas, and was later released on bond. On October 1st, 2024, the 22nd Circuit Court in Michigan issued a warrant for Mr. Thurman's arrest for violating his probation, and on October 31st, a bond condition violation report was also filed in Harris County based on alleged curfew violations. A court date on the alleged bond condition violations was scheduled for November 18th.
All right, so basically what they saying, he got a lot going on, but he on probation anyway, and then he violated his probation by staying out past curfew. But I don't remember exactly what they said he was on probation. So let's check it out, see if they go back over it.
2024, in front of Judge David Fleischer in the Harris County Criminal Court in Houston, Texas.
I've never met you before. I don't know you. All I know is that you have picked up a case from out of state.
Hey, no cap for Texas judge. He gotta be the coolest judge I've ever seen. Man, I done watched a few of his videos. He's so fair. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna do another video on this one I had already seen, man, when he let this one black guy go. It was so official. I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy. I ain't never seen it before. But anyway, let's get back to it.
So, we're not disputing the underlying charge. We're not fighting it. None of that matters. What we really here are all about is identity, right? Are you this person? If so, how do we get you back to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So here it says that you are wanted from Michigan, Washtenaw, Michigan.
Washtenaw County, yes.
Yeah, Washtenaw County. And it says here that you're wanted out of there for armed robbery.
Right.
So I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods. It's not that big of a deal, yada, yada, yada. But my primary concern is public safety. We have enough death, dismemberment.
So you're on probation, and he already got a warrant for armed robbery. Armed robbery carry a nice piece of change, man. Armed robbery, depending on where you at, it can carry up to life, for real. I don't think it carry up to life in this shop. It might do. I don't remember though. I have to check.
It's scary in Harris County as it is. And I don't want any more blood on my hands. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Shh. So, your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond, and I don't know, because if you're a public danger, I'm going to have a hard time doing it.
Understandable,
Oh, Miss Chisholm's not even here.
May I speak, Jonathan?
Your lawyer's not here, so until your lawyer gets back, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to bring you back out, but your lawyer's not here. I can't talk to you without your lawyer. So I'll bring you back out here as soon as
Okay, good. You know, I had to look it up. Yeah, it's official. It say yes, armed robbery in Michigan carries a maximum sentence of life in prison or any term of years. So, what's the minimum? Okay. So it's 2 to life. That's the mandatory minimum for armed robbery. Mandatory minimum for armed robbery is 2. The maximum is life. So they can smoke your booth. They got a whole lot of room to play with you with, boy. Ain't no question. Let's get back to it, though.
it's back and we'll go right through the rigmarole again. Okay? Sorry. I didn't even realize she's not here. Mr. Thurman, you're back. Okay. So I told you before, two of my main concerns are, or my two main concerns are, number one, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction where you're wanted from? And number two, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? I take public, safety. It's as important as my hair. You know what I mean? It's that important, right?
You ain't got much hair.
I don't want anything to happen out there with my name attached to a line. I try everything in my power to ensure that everybody's protected. And I see that you're wanted for a really serious case. It's an armed robbery, right? I mean, that's what you're wanted for. There's no denying it. That's what it says on the paperwork.
He's on lifetime probation in Michigan.
Lifetime? There's such a thing as lifetime probation?
There is.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that case, I'll let you do the talking.
No, he did his time and he got out and lifetime probation out of Michigan. So that's what's happened. I believe it got.
How on what would, aside from like a murder case,
So he was
what
charged
would garner?
twice, along with 2 armed robberies.
I wasn't charged twice for no murder.
It just shows up.
It just shows up
Oh, I
twice.
was about to say, I wasn't charged
Murder
twice.
along with armed robbery and aggravated robbery in our jurisdiction. He's placed on probation. Since that time, he's been charged in our jurisdiction with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felon possession of a weapon. In those, he had bond conditions when it started off, where he was ordered to.
In Harris County, he on probation for felon possession of a weapon and aggravated assault with a weapon, which ain't nothing to sneeze at either. Won't be on felony probation, ain't no question.
GPS monitor. He has had multiple curfew violations on top of that noted. And so I do believe he's a safety risk because even with literally an ankle monitor, he doesn't follow court conditions. And so I believe he is a safety and flight risk. And the fact that there was a weapon involved with multiple witnesses, some of them children, even threatening to murder them, is that I would be opposed to a bond being set. Also, it should be noted that because of the way the probation is transferred, I can't confirm, so I can't approach on it yet. But from what I see on the system is that he moved the probation to Texas, which means there's an ICA. But I don't have the documents, which is why I can't present them. If there's an ICA hold, he's ineligible for a bond because that's an ICA hold. I don't have it, which is why I can't say. But if I get the documents,
Interstate compact agreement.
The pro.
Interstate compact.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
Prosecutor explains that Mr. Thurman may not be eligible for bond due to a potential so-called interstate compact agreement hold. This refers to the Interstate Compact for Adult Offender Supervision, the formal nationwide system that governs what happens when a probationer from one state is supervised in another. Texas participates in the compact under Section 510.017 of the Texas Government Code, and Michigan also adopted the compact in Section 3.1012 of the Michigan compiled laws. The compact created the Interstate Commission for Adult Offender Supervision, which establishes rules governing the interstate movement of offenders. And under Rule 5.101, the so-called sending state, in this case Michigan, is permitted to quote-unquote retake a supervised individual via warrant. In turn, the quote-unquote receiving state, which is Texas here, is required to assist with apprehending the supervised individual and to notify the sending state once the individual is in custody. Additionally, Rule 5.111 requires that a supervised individual against whom retaking procedures have been instituted shall not be admitted to bail or other release conditions. Now, in practical terms, this means that Texas was required to treat Mr. Thurman as being held not just on the Harris County case, but also on the Michigan warrant. So even if Judge Fleischer set bond on the new Texas charge, Mr. Thurman still might not be eligible for release due to the Michigan warrant.
I understand. May I speak now?
Oh, so basically,
Okay.
basically they can give him a bond, but he ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it. He can get a bond, he can pay the bond. But because he got going on what he got going on up in Michigan, it ain't because it's just like no regular hold. If it was a regular hold, they'll just find out if they're gonna come get him or not. But because of that interstate compact agreement situation, they gotta hold it. You see what I'm saying? Because they agree, they basically got a already agreement within their laws, Michigan and Texas, that they're gonna basically help each other out when it comes out of that. He must have transferred to probation down there and violated. So now he violated from that for the initial crime in back in Michigan too, as well as this one in Harris County. You see what I'm saying? There's probably a lot, you know what I'm saying? But you know how it go, man. It's all legal jargon. They on his hand. That's what it is, but they on his back.
After we talk about the probation, the GPS curfew wise, my judge knows all that was going on, so he knows every information why I've been late. I have evidence of why I'm late, so he knows everything that's going on by GPS.
You're not supposed to be late.
He knows why though. So
I understand that.
That's why he overlooked his stuff. It's fine. So he said it was fine.
Quick question: is it a motion to adjudicate?
Well, no, it's still an open case. It's not under probation, but you're just asking if they do a bond violation report. They did on November 1st, 2024. They filed a motion to revoke.
Oh, so it's recent.
Mm-hmm.
It's very recent.
So they've not heard. Okay, and so there's not been a hearing on that yet, right?
No. But that's even after they amended the order. Also, he has further bond violation reports on December 18, 2023, another one on November 28, 2023, and that's after they amended it twice. One moment. So he seems to be agreeing with this. So the fact that he has 3 violations on top of having lifetime probation and a possible ICA, obviously,
3
I'm still opposed for him.
Why are you on lifetime probation?
That's the way they set it up as. I took the plea deal.
What are you on probation for?
The armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery. I did 5.5 years. Came home off lifetime probation. And to continue what I'm saying, I'm a threat to, a flight risk. Can't be a flight risk. Every court that they set, I came every single time. Every court that Michigan have set, I flew out there every single time. I knew I was getting locked up Monday. They told me that Thursday. I still showed up to court and got locked up. So there's no flight risk in this whatsoever. I've been showing up every single time.
And you may be showing up, but at the end of the day, you continue to do what you want to do without regard to bond.
Yeah, at the end of the
conditions.
day, you keep all
What do you
fucking
mean by
that
that?
stuff out there.
Meaning that they put you a GPS monitor, and they give you a curfew, and you don't abide by the curfew.
I was working, Your Honor. That's why the judge has extended, because they had my probation curfew time at us. I forgot what time they had it as. But I had started my new job because I came, got locked up, lost my other job. He said, okay, the violation he's talking about, I came to court and talked to the judge, and he extended my curfew. He was like, okay, we've been working on some, yes, I have documentation of work, new work. So I'll show all my documentation, and he said, okay. So the stuff he's mentioning violations for, they already been taken care of. So he's not stating that either. He said 2023 is, obviously I'm still free, right or wrong. I'm still free. That means he's seen all the paperwork. Obviously, I came with legit paperwork.
And that's kind of where I was coming from at it. If it's a lifetime probation and it's curfew violations that he's still out, my speculation would be that he was able to make an explanation to the judge, and that's why he's not been revoked. So he's still here.
Mr. Thurman argues that he did not violate his probation because the judge reviewed his curfew violations and extended his curfew so that he could work. Court records show that on September 22, 2023, Mr. Thurman's bond conditions were amended to include a GPS-monitored curfew of 6 p.m. on Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 24-hour house arrest on Sundays. A bond condition violation report was submitted on November 17, 2023, alleging multiple curfew violations. And on November 28th, Mr. Thurman appeared in court, and the judge modified his curfew to 11 p.m. 7 days a week. After the curfew was modified, another condition violation report was submitted on December 15, 2023, indicating that Mr. Thurman entered his home after curfew at 11:11 p.m. on December 1st. Mr. Thurman was admonished, but no further action was taken at that time, however.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want.
However, on October 31st, 2024, yet another bond condition violation report was submitted alleging violations of the 11 p.m. curfew on 12 separate dates. This violation report is what led to the present court date in front of Judge Fleischer. Accordingly, while it does appear that Mr. Thurman resolved the 2023 curfew violations with the judge and received an extended curfew, the curfew violations Judge Fleischer was being asked to review in the present hearing occurred after that extension and had not yet been reviewed by any judge.
The underlying charge, it's still a charge.
So one was reviewed and one wasn't. Maybe I think a couple was reviewed at the same time, and then the one that he got the violation for was never reviewed. That's all that extra talking. That's basically what I'm saying.
And that's what it is. Like he said, he turned himself in on Thursday knowing that he was going to get arrested and held. And so I'm sure that Michigan it's a probation violation because of the underlying charges. And plus, that's where that MRP is probably coming from. I believe he's proven time and time again that he's gone to Michigan, taken care of what he needs to take care of. and he will still be here to take. He's been on bond on the underlying case for about a year, Your Honor. He's not been locked up this whole time up until this recent arrest. So, and at this point in time, this is really just for if since we don't have proof of an ICA, if the judge is willing to set a bond, how much that would be, if there's a willingness to set a bond.
Let me read this to you.
Yes, Judge.
Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 17.03. NLR. Out of state Michigan. Armed robbery, armed robbery with a conspiracy 2021. Probation transferred to Texas 3/20/21. Concurrently charged with murder, which was dismissed. No holds. Defendant is not indigent, and defendant is alleged to have gone to complaining witness's home and pointed a gun at complaining witness and complaining witness's 3 children because one of the complaining witness's children was involved in a dispute with defendant's sister at the child's school. Defendant threatened to kill, quote unquote, everyone in the home. Defendant then left complaining witness's home and came back with defendant's father, both ready to fight complaining witness and complaining witness's wife. That's the aggravated assault that we have now. So,
That's what he
knowing that you're on lifetime probation for a very serious case, you know that you're supposed to be out there with a halo over your head.
I don't know.
And yet, you pick up an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, where allegedly a gun is pointed at kids. I mean, the way your mannerisms.
It's a nice spot.
But don't, though. You have this open case.
I understand.
Everything they can say, they can use it against you. My concern is public safety, man. And you got to understand that I don't know if you're guilty of this offense or not. But the problem is bad stuff keeps happening to you for some reason. It's like somehow, sometimes people are their own worst enemy. They get out and then something happens and then they just end up picking up another charge. It's like, oh, you pick up another charge, you pick up another charge here, you pick up another charge there, you don't follow bond conditions here. You know, Mr. Thurman, you scare me, man.
Can I scare you, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Judge Fleischer informs Mr. Thurman that he would be concerned for public safety if he were to release him on bond based on these serious allegations of violence against him and the repeated bond condition violations. Under Article 17.40 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, judges are empowered to impose any reasonable condition of bond related to the safety of a victim of the alleged offense or to the safety of the community. Additionally, Article 17.40 provides that a judge has the authority to revoke a defendant's bond if the judge finds by a preponderance of the evidence that the defendant violated a condition of bond. Now, so-called preponderance of the evidence means that after considering the evidence presented, the judge concludes the alleged violation is more likely than not to have occurred. Therefore, Judge Fleischer could decide to revoke Mr. Thurman's bond if he determined that the evidence evaluated under this standard showed that Mr. Thurman did, in fact, violate his court-mandated curfew.
That's kind of like...
And I've been out for a whole year. This is...
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of unfair to me, because it's kind of like... I mean, I guess based on somebody's history, you can almost predict what they're going to do sometimes. Not in every case, but people do change. For sure, people change. That's without question. So that's still kind of unfair, because it's like a guy can have bad history. I guess in Texas, say you got a history of stealing ice cream, and some ice cream come up missing in your neighborhood or whatever, and they get you, and regardless of, you know what I'm saying, I guess they still going off the evidence, but still, regardless if you've been convicted or not, he can just make the decision, the judge will make the decision to just revoke your bond anyway. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of cold, but it is what it is. Because I'll be on his ass about that ice cream too. I think you took it. You don't know.
It's happened, and this is my first time being into this courtroom again, and you're fearful for food safety. I've been doing nothing but right and working.
That's not true.
That has been true. I've been out for a year on bond, and I've not been to this no court, but it's point to jump to, I should say. Your courtroom, nobody's
you want
courtroom.
me to reward you for
I'm
being
saying, but you say you're in fear. You say you're in fear for safety. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you were in fear of, I have not been into any trouble whatsoever. I've been squeaky clean. Just I bond it out.
And Your Honor,
You don't get rewarded for being a good person out there. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be like that anyway.
I understand that wholeheartedly, Your Honor. I'm just saying, when you say you fear, and I'm saying, how are you in fear? Like, I've not been doing anything. That's showing you. That should show you some type of sign. Okay, he's not been doing anything wrong. So where is the fear coming to play? That's what I'm asking.
The fear is really because, when people come here, it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, rainbows, gumdrops, and then when they get out there, they turn into different people. It's like Jekyll and Hyde, and I don't want that. Like, I don't want someone out there to suffer because we let you out. I let you bond out. You've got an armed robbery, you've got an ag
She
assault.
moving like she got a pee or something. Look at
Continue
that.
to violate conditions on those bond, right? That shows me that you're not willing to abide by bond. I mean, quite frankly, you're lucky to even be out on those charges with the ankle monitor, and you continue to violate.
Yeah, you keep saying violate. Like, if I was in violations I have, they have on file, by the way.
Look at her.
Those have been taken care of. Once again, you keep on saying violations, but they took care of. The felony court judge seen I have proven, that's the word I'm looking for, just proven, facts that this is why I'm late. I have a new job. I got fired because I got arrested from another job, so I started a new job. For me having a felony in my position, and just call it what it is, a young black man with a felony, it's hard for me to get a job anywhere. So the jobs I do get, I take upon those. So it's hard. Any shift they open up for me, I'm going to take it and show my work ethic too. So I let the judge know that. He sees that. He understands, okay, that's why we keep on bringing up violations. I have to work. I have to eat. I have to have a house to live in, like anybody else here. So you keep on bringing that up. I keep saying, I already talked to the judge about it. He granted it already. He let it go. That's why I'm still free to this day. Well, was free to this day. And you keep bringing that up. You're saying threat to your fear, which is understandable. Everybody gonna have fear. But I have not been into any trouble. I've been working. I've been working for a whole year. I've been on my P's and Q's. And like you said, the police report that you're reading, sir, case is still open, so I can't really speak on it. I'm pretty say much, but
still kind of caught another charge.
It's a lot more to what you just reading on that police report. It's always going to be video cameras and house ring cameras, body footage. It's going to be a lot more other things that you're not going to be able to read off a police report. It's understandable.
Just too much blood, Mr. Thurman. I'm sorry. I can't set you along. It's just too much. I'm sorry. Hey. This isn't.
Do not walk away.
This isn't.
I said, okay, it's fine.
I understand that you're hurt, Mr. Thurman, but look.
I've been doing my best, Your Honor. And y'all say you tell me I'm the bad guy, and I've been doing nothing but my best of my abilities, working, staying out of trouble. And you're a threat, and I'm a threat to society. Really, for a whole year I've been out, and just not issue a warrant for me just now, recently, and I come to turn myself in, and I'm a threat to society. And people, you fear me for what? I'm turning myself in and show you that I'm not running for nothing.
I'm wondering why you're so mad.
I'm innocent, and I'm coming to show you I'm innocent by turning myself in. But y'all a threat. You can let go of this, sir.
Stop.
You can let go of
You do not tell me how to do my job.
You like, be grabbing my arm.
Relax.
See how you be looking at the judge's validation.
All I said, grab me. Look how you grab me.
Cops is strange.
Look how they grab me. I said, let me go.
Strange.
I'm calm. I just asked him a question. I asked him, let me go a little bit, sir. All I said. All I said,
time to be unnecessary. I ain't saying the message was really, yeah, message was the too.
So you already engaged. So if
he did.
Just I can't.
I will talk to him, but once again, Judge, understandably, I think I know that he's frustrated. I believe.
I understand. I get it, and I would be too. But I can't. That's just too much blood. It's too much. Even and I'm going to tell you, even if he didn't have those bond violations, that'd still be very hard pressed to even.
Yeah, it's Boots and
Onions. And I was curious when you brought it up. It was a little bit older, and so I was wondering why.
Do you know? Are they going to come get him?
Oh, they're going to get him. I was trying to figure out why now they were just having back and forth.
But here's the problem. So he hasn't made bond on those cases, so we're sitting anyways.
Yeah.
He has not.
No.
He said he did.
No. He's not made bond on those cases. He's
been in jail for a year?
No.
He may have, but they revoked the bond.
Ah.
Yes.
So he's sitting there. I didn't have the heart to tell him right now that the 14 days is not going to apply. Because
I gotta do that.
I will. I really.
I'll let him know.
I'd imagine it's going to get resolved. It's one of those. It's bizarre. So we revoked. Harris County revoked because Michigan revoked because it was charged with the Agasol. So it's a chain of events because the only thing the court sees is that they revoked probation, which was called.
Please let him know that the 10 days hasn't kicked in, and it will not
kick in.
Resolves.
Right.
And either he resolves the case.
Denied Mr. Thurman bail, and he remained in custody in Houston. On January 6, 2025, Mr. Thurman pled guilty to a reduced charge of making a terroristic threat, and he was sentenced to 180 days in county jail. On January 27, 2025, Mr. Thurman was arraigned on the Michigan probation violation, and on June 27th, he was sentenced to 10 to 30 years in prison. This case illustrates how a routine bond violation hearing can turn into an interstate complication when a defendant commits crimes in multiple states. Once Michigan issued a probation violation warrant and the Interstate Compact for Adult Offender Supervision came into play, Mr. Thurman's custody status was no longer determined by Texas alone, because a compact hold can operate as a second independent barrier to release, even if one state court is otherwise willing to set bond. At the same time, the hearing underscores the fact that probation and bond are conditional, and curfews.
Yeah, we're gonna go in that one there. Yeah, that makes sense. He got. I ain't gonna lie. I don't wish that on nobody. I ain't gonna lie. I don't wish that on nobody. But anything he got going on 10 to 30 made sense. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it made sense. Plus, he had to do the 108 days first. Then he went down there and got to 10 to 30. So, you get almost on that bar. But in Michigan, as long as you ain't in there tripping or nothing, you know what I'm saying? They'll let you out on that first one, you know what I'm saying? Unless you got it. And your history. So history definitely matters. That smoke your boots, flop you on the head a couple times. You know what I'm saying? You got a bad history too. But anyway, that's the video game, man. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know y'all rockin' with, man. Y'all keep on watching. I'm gonna keep on popping. Peace.